Welcome back, students. Today I am going to start the new chapter, that is heat. Already I have sent a link to you through which already you got some idea about the energy heat. Actually, we feel hot when we touch something, or we feel cold when we touch something. Like a cup of tea feels hot and ice feels cold. It is only because heat energy always flows from a body at higher temperature to a body at lower temperature when both of them are brought in contact. That is, when we touch something and feel it hot, it is because our body is comparatively colder than it, and heat energy flows from the object to our body, to be precise, with our fingers. Similarly, when we touch a cold object, transfer of heat energy takes place from our body to the object. There is no flow of heat energy between two objects within the same temperature. Units of heat. Normally heat is a form of energy, so always the heat is also measured by joule in SI units, and also it is measured through calories. So we can say that a calorie, which is defined as the amount of heat energy required to raise the temperature of 1 gram of water by 1 degree centigrade. Since, as you know, that calorie is a very small unit, so kilocalorie is used to measure heat for practical purposes. So we can say that 1 kilocalorie equal to 1000 calories. And also it has been found that the amount of heat energy required to raise the temperature of 1 gram of water by 1 degree centigrade is always 4.186 joules. Hence we can say that 1 calorie equal to 4.186 joules, or 1000 joule equal to 1 kilojoules. Sources of heat. The main source of heat are the sun, electricity and the fire. Sun is the natural source, as you know that it is the main heat energy on our planet, and electricity gives off heat in many ways, like bulb, induction plate for cooking food, tea, coffee, so many ways. And the last one is fire, a very simple way to provide heat it by producing fire. There is some substances which, when heated in air, catch fire. These substances can be classified into two groups. These are called inflammable substances, and another one is called non-inflammable substances. Substances that do not catch fire easily are called non-flammable substances, like the examples of alloys, bricks, asbestos in water. And some inflammable substances like LPG, petrol, candle, these are called inflammable substances, means they can catch easily the fire and rapidly combine with oxygen and release a large amount of heat and light energy. For example, dry leaves, dry paper, etc. So, to use the fire, we have to always take precaution for the fire safety also. Like, fire releases a lot of heat that can be injurious, damaging and destructive. So we have to follow few guidelines, like any inflammable object such as plastics, wood, clothes and paper should not be left close to fire. Electrical switches, LPG gas pipes, cylinders, regulators should be checked regularly for any leakages. Now in this chapter we are going to know about the effects of heat through some ways, by changing in temperature, changing in size, that is called thermal expansion, and finally is change in state. So at first we have to know the change in temperature, effect of heat directly related with the change in temperature. Let us know about it. When heat is change in temperature, when heat is supplied to an object, there is usually a rise in the temperature of the object. Similarly, when an object is cooled, its temperature usually decreases. Thus, the amount of heat gained or lost by an object can usually be found by measuring the change in the temperature of the object. So, what is temperature? The measure of the degree of hotness and coldness of a body is called its temperature. It is generally measured in degree of Celsius or degree of Fahrenheit, or in SI system it is called as degree Kelvin. The device used to measure the temperature of an object is known as thermometer, which is very known and popular to us for home use. There are different types of thermometers, but the most common thermometer we use is a mercury thermometer. Temperature scales. There are 3 different scales to measure the temperature. These are the Celsius scale, Fahrenheit scale and Kelvin scale. One by one we will be going to know. First one is Celsius scale. In the picture you can find that middle one is called as Celsius scale. In the Celsius scale, the lower fixed point is known as 0 degree temperature and the upper fixed point is 100 degrees centigrade. And the length of the thermometer between the lower fixed point to upper fixed point is divided into 100 equal parts. And in case of Fahrenheit scale, as it left side of the Celsius scale, which is the lower fixed point 32 degree Fahrenheit in the bottom line, and in the upper fixed point which is equal to 212 degree Fahrenheit. And the length of the thermometer between the lower fixed point to upper fixed point is divided into 180 equal parts. For the Kelvin scale, the lower fixed point is 273 K and upper fixed point is 373 K, and the length of the thermometer between the lower fixed point and the upper fixed point is divided into 100 equal parts. So, in the picture easily you can see that all 3 thermometers having the same level of their lower fixed point, means 0 degree centigrade is equal with 32 degree Fahrenheit and equal with 273 degree Kelvin. And in case of boiling point, that is the upper fixed point, which is in case of centigrade 100 degree centigrade, for Fahrenheit it is 212 degree Fahrenheit, and for Kelvin it is 373 Kelvin. So in between 3 thermometers there is a unique common relationship to each other. Next video I will going to explain you about the relationship and the conditions of the equal divisions of these 3 thermometers. Okay, thank you.